Welcome back to Fresh Picks, our sideshow where we talk about new and old physical media, interview genre artists and creators, and have catch-all deep dives into movie-related ephemera. Today we're joined by Tiffani-Beth Gager, co-creator of Sci-Fi Horror Fest. Focusing on bringing the horror community closer together, Tiffani, along with her husband Dennis, have worked tirelessly over the past 9 years to create a space for horror creators, celebrities, and fans to come together in a real way and celebrate everything we love about the genre, while also lifting each other up. This year's Sci-Fi Horror Fest will be on August 14th and 15th at the Vernon Downs Casino in Vernon, New York. Featuring a 40th anniversary reunion of Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, a Terrifier franchise reunion, and a bunch of other great guests including us, the Dumpster Boys. And without further ado, let's talk to Tiffani-Beth. Hey, how you doing, Tiff?
I'm really good, Joe. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks so much for coming on and chatting about Sci-Fi Horror Fest. This is going to be sweet.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. We're so excited. We're excited to have you. And we love your show. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we really appreciate you asking us to be guests. You were the first show to ask us to be guests, so it was really exciting for us. And you guys are so sweet, and you guys take care of us, and everything's great. So I'm really looking forward to the next show. Before we get into that, though, let's talk about you a little bit. Like, where did Sci-Fi Horror Fest come from, and what was the kind of the idea behind it?
So actually, my husband and I, we are the owners, promoters, everything of Sci-Fi Horror Fest. We have an amazing core team that, helps us with some of the nittier-grittier stuff. And of course, we have our amazing volunteer family that we could not do this without any of them, by the way. Some other, promotions have a slew of people. It's my husband and I as the core. So this actually started back in 2017. And it started out as AuthorCon and Movie Fest. The reason why we did it that way is, one, we started going to other cons, and we went, one of the very first conventions we ever went to was a paranormal convention. And we loved how people were connecting, and there was like a sense of like community and inclusivity that was just really great. And so then we went to a horror convention because there was a previous horror convention in the area that we were in that we absolutely love. And we had the same experience, and we're like, but there's nothing here for authors. And my husband's an author, and we were like, we should really do something to have a platform for authors. And so we were thinking, what demographic doesn't have a convention? And so we went into Oneana, which was a learning experience. Just because you think it's a good idea doesn't mean that everybody thinks it's a good idea. And we learned that very loudly in Oneonta. However, I must say the foothills were wonderful to us. We, Jeff and Shane and Katrina were just fabulous. And so while we were there, though, it was interesting. I had just done an interview before you, and, the gentleman had asked, like, well, when did you start introducing celebrities? And I was like, well, we introduced celebrities right away. Like, we had Michael Winslow and Sean Whalen and Diane Franklin in our first event. We had a walker from The Walking Dead. It just didn't take on. I think it was not the right demographic. And then people were like, well, what do we do? Stand around and read all day? I'm like, okay, that went over people's heads. That's not what we're going for. So clearly we have to change modes. So then we went to Sci-Fi Horror Fest, and we stuck it out in Oneana for 2 more years. And it wasn't hitting. It just wasn't. I mean, we were losing more than our butts. It was crazy. And so then COVID hit, and we were like, okay. And my husband and I have a really good balance. When it really needs to be business and I take over, you should worry, because I'm usually the sentimental one. But when I take over, I balance him out when he's getting a little sentimental, and vice versa. And we're both very loyal. But I was like, oh, but the foothills have been so good. He's like, but we're going to lose everything. And so COVID gave us time to kind of process that. And then the convention I mentioned previously went decide on a hiatus, and there was a need for that convention, that type of camaraderie and community. And Vernon kind of fell in our lap. And I reluctantly went and looked at it, and I went, okay. But here's the thing. I was so afraid, because we were praying that 20 people would walk through the door in Oneana, like pray. And I was like, oh my God. And we brought in, that was in 2022 when we went to Vernon, and we brought in David Howard Thornton, and we brought in CJ Graham. So now they're coming back, right?
That's so cool.
It is so cool, isn't it? It's like a family reunion. I wish, like, everybody's coming back almost, except for Richard Masser And I wish we could bring in Brandon. That would be great. Then we would have a full-fledged Glamour reunion and then some, which would be amazing.
But David and CJ are so great. Tom Matthews is great. I mean, we'll talk about them in a little bit, but yeah.
They're fabulous. But I kind of, I'm a person of faith, and I just said, okay, God, here it is. If we're meant to do this, like if we're truly meant to do this, please let the people show up. Please let us really start off on an amazing foot. Like, please, God, just put everything in place. And if it blows, then I know, and we're done. I can't tell you, like, I ugly cried. We had 550 people in the door. And we'd never had that before.
That must have been like, wow.
When Bob told me that David was square, and you know what that means, I ugly cried. We've never not had to pay out.
That's fantastic.
And so I was like, okay, we hear you. I hear you. All right. And so, and I will die on this hill as well. We are not reinventing the wheel. Anybody who's created a convention, an event, or anything is using an age-old template that has been around since the very beginning of San Diego Comic-Con. But you can make it your own. Like, you can bring your flavor, because everybody does this for a reason. We did it because, first of all, we were fans. We were fans, and we wanted to do something, bring something to the community that, we've had before, but in a maybe different perspective. So we are community-driven, we are person-centered, we are trauma-informed.
That's why I love you guys so much, because it's like this grassroots kind of effort, and like all the fans are getting together and all the creators getting together, and it felt really good when we were there. Like the sense of community was, you nailed it, I guess is what I'm saying. Because it just feels like a big family, when we went. So. And
that's what we want, because, and as I was talking to, another gentleman on another interview, sci-fi, Star Wars, things like that, and even horror, because sci-fi has a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. Both genres are not that far apart, because they both have a lot of stigma and a lot of misinformation. People are like, oh, Dungeons and Dragons is horrible and satanic. Why would you like that? Or horror, they kill people. That's awful. Why would you get off on that? It's like, it's a comfort, because we have been stigmatized, and everybody has ACEs as a thing. Everybody's lived through trauma.
Yeah, and it's escapism, and it's a way for a lot of people to deal with that, and you kind of almost bond with people, not only over the movies, but the subject matter and things like that. So.
Exactly, and that's why I say trauma-informed, because here you have a community of people who feel comfortable in uncomfortable tension, because it's the trauma response. We're not bad people. We're just trying that, and so we're like, we need to build, we want to build our own community where people, doesn't matter where you come from, how much money you have, the color of your skin, your gender, it doesn't matter what you love or what you like, or where you come, you belong, and you are loved. And, we love welcoming individuals with persons with developmental disabilities or co-occurring disorders. We want to make our venue available for them too. So even though, back to my point, sorry, rambling, ADHD, but back to my point is even though we know we're not doing anything different than anybody else per se, we're just putting our own spin on it. And and I'm so thankful you said we nailed it, because now I know we're on the right path, and to continue what we're doing and continue being us going forward.
And it's all about the execution. And I say that a lot when I'm talking about, movies and stuff like that, but it goes for really anything. If your heart's in it and you love it and you're doing it for the right reasons, it's all going to come up aces eventually, So I'm so glad that you hung in there and stuck with it and didn't just throw it away, because a lot of people do that, whether it be a podcast show or a movie or a novel, or in your case a convention. If somebody fails, sometimes that's enough for them to just give up. But you got to get back on the horse and keep doing it, and it'll pay off if you care enough about it.
Well, the thing is, it's like, it's not a failure, it's a pivot.
Yeah.
It's only a failure if you do throw in the towel, like, you know what, I'm not meant to do this. Okay, maybe you're not meant to do this, but pivot.
Absolutely.
Okay, what's the next step? Because maybe our best laid plans are not what's really meant for us. And it's really hard. Change is hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it wasn't, it wouldn't be called change, right? But it's hard to with change, especially when you have your mind set on something, real, and understanding that maybe even though that was your plan, it's not the universe's plan. And 9 times out of 10, it comes out so much better.
You got to be able to let go and edit on the fly and kind of,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term, roll with the punches and kind of, do what you can with what you got kind of thing.
Absolutely. And that's a part of growth. And you never know what you might find, what lies inside of you or on the other side of that fence. You just never know.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like, just to bring it back to the convention thing, like, you never know who you're going to meet there, or, the whether it's a celebrity or just people sharing their art and stuff. We made a bunch of new friends when we came, so and we had such a blast, and it was just so cool, again, to just give the voice to the community and kind of, by the people for the people kind of thing.
Yeah, it's something really special. I brought in people like Lorenzo Lamas. I grew up on him. My mom loved, of course, okay, let's just be frank. My mom loves men, okay, period. He's been gone for 6 years, God rest her soul, but she loved men. And Lorenzo Lamas is one of them. And I got to bring him in. Never in my life would I ever think I'd get to work with Lorenzo Lamas. Last year, Terrence was there. Never in my life did I ever think I would get to work and have him sign my card, Terrence Zaduna, Drew Bill Mosley. And that's why, we're fans too. But one of the things I absolutely love is when we hear somebody say, I grew up with CJ Graham, or I have the Terrifier movies since I was little. Even they've been around for a lot longer than people think. It's really special when people choose your event, when there's a million things that they could do or go to. They choose your event for self-care. They choose your event to spend their money. They choose your event to give their energy. And that's really special. And being able to create a space where people can say, I got to meet this person that I grew up with, even if they're in a mask or not. They were a part of their journey and whatever their life looked like. That's really cool when you get to hear people say they got to have a moment and a memory that they'll cherish forever. And it's now going to be a part of them. Come on. To have the ability to provide that and then people who say they've made lifelong friends, people who come and have become lifelong vendors for us and have been now are part of our true family. It doesn't get better than that. Being able to say that you get to do that is, even though the last 2 weeks, oh my God. The universe is really pushing me past the limitations of my Xanax, but we're going to try.
I personally couldn't imagine I've put on a live show before, at a theater and stuff, but I couldn't possibly imagine the scale at which you're putting together this convention, where it's okay, we got to lock the guests in, we got to lock in the vendors, we got to map everything out, we got to plan everything, we got to make sure the audio's good for the panels, and we got the showings lined up and all that stuff, and then getting everybody's flights and rooms and everything and food and all that stuff. So I just know that we appreciate you and what you guys are doing.
I appreciate. It's all worth it when you start to develop a twitch in your left eye and you can smell color. It's just
Let's talk about the guests. So you're doing this convention and you switch it up and you're okay, the first thing I'm going to do. We're always going to have guests from jump, right? How do you go about something like that? Did you just jump into that? Were you so Did you have prior connections to people, or were you just I'm just gonna go for it? I'm just gonna reach out and see what happens?
We just went on and got an IMBD thing, and we just started reaching out to people. Which I will say, and I'm just gonna put this out there, IMBD is great until it's not, because some of the information on there is not always the right information.
No.
And so please don't be upset if you get written by an angry agent. It's I don't represent that person anymore. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, I'm sorry. That sounds hard.
It's great when you luck out and you actually can talk directly to the person.
It really is a miracle. I honestly, I love that. I do what we can, and if we can work directly, that's great. It's one of those things, but how we, and then honestly, once you start getting that traction of, and the beautiful part about this, and I'm very proud of this and I have to say, going back to, yes, we're all very stressed, and my husband and I at the core, but our volunteer family, and especially our core team, Melissa and Rich and James and Amanda and Doug and Teresa, even Jay and Chris and Vicky, are managing me personally very well. I have really bad anxiety. Sorry, I'm a very bad camera person.
It's okay.
Okay. I get really bad anxiety, which is funny because I grew up in the carnival. So I've grown up in like these type of like atmosphere my whole life. And then at my 40s hit and we're like, we should be afraid of everything. I'm like, that sounds great. Let's be afraid of everything. So,
No, we can't do that.
but yeah, they managed me so well, to our team's credit, because my volunteers know we ask very little of our volunteers other than just be kind. Be kind, choose kindness always.
And they're very kind, very helpful, very sweet.
And we're very blessed. And you know what? I'm so proud of them. Half of them have taken mental health first aid with me, and I taught them. And so I'm so proud.
Oh, that's amazing.
So half of our staff are mental health first aid trained. And I mean, you can't ask for volunteers to take time out of their day to do that as well, right? The nice thing is once you start getting traction and you know this is your place where you're supposed to be, people start reaching out to you, including the guests themselves. And the beautiful thing is like CJ and even Bob and them have said really nice things about us to other celebrities. And so they reach out to us. So once you start getting traction, celebrities, agents, and the one thing you have to worry though about the agents is that you have to make sure they're credible, vet them. I'll share this story. We got, there was this one agent that kept reaching out to us.
You don't have to mention names, but I do want to hear the story.
Yeah, no, there was this one agent that kept reaching out to us. And the list of their guests kept growing. I mean, I swear to God, they had almost every single planet. I'm looking at my husband like, this can't be right. And I'm going through because I know there are some celebrities who either do only self stuff. And then I know there's celebrities who only go through, or I should say guests, that only go through specific agents. And they won't go through anything else. So I'm going through. And who do I see but David Howard Thorne? And I know he is represented by one person only. And if you don't think I was not on my phone immediately and was like, yo, I just want to double check. And if it's true, you probably want to check this person. So if you are getting the event business, vet people, because they will try to scam you, because we've been scammed. We learned the hard way.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. We take a page out of our book. Like if your gut's like, that's not right, follow it, because it's probably not. But you will, but on the other hand, though, that's also, you're making a splash. You're making a scene and people are taking notice of you and noticing that you're actually like something with substance.
It's good and a bad thing.
Correct. It's like, awesome, we're being noticed, but
you know you made it, right? When people are trying to scam you or like impersonate you.
It's scam you, impersonate you, or like you're like, hey, they're jerks, and you're like, oh, we ruffled feathers, man. I don't know or why, but cool, I guess.
Even though you didn't do anything, people would get jealous and weird and all kinds of stuff. But it's about bringing the community together, and why can't there's only benefit in more outlets for everybody to get together,
Yeah, I and like I said, I'll die on this hill again. There is room at the table for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. When you create an event, yes, of course you want, you're doing something great because you want to feel good about it. But the reason you feel good about it is because other people leave feeling great about it.
Absolutely.
And so you cannot go in leading by ego and making it about you, because then the guests you pick, the vendors you bring in, the people you let in are now only about you and not about what you're trying to celebrate.
Absolutely.
That is just my opinion. And I think it's interesting when people are like, oh, wow, you got a lot of competition. There's other events. Yeah, there's always going to be other events. There's going to be millions of them everywhere. And you know what? The difference between good events and bad events are honest to God substance and what you give to the people. And I just don't mean like your guests. I mean the attendees. I mean your volunteers, your media, your vendors, everybody who walks through your door. Like, it's not about you. And you have to put that away. Now, does that mean I don't bring in guests I love? Of course. I have paid people to be my best friend for a couple of weekends. It's just how I roll. But essentially, you know what? It's about everybody else, and that's why we do it. And if you go in thinking the other way and you're like, this is my territory, I licked it, it's mine, you're going to make enemies.
Yeah, I can't stand gatekeeping. That's one thing we talk about on the show that we cannot stand, whether it's in the movie community or the podcast community or the convention community or whatever, what have you, barring people or thinking that people aren't good enough to be in the circle of everything. And it's like, can you just chill? Like that's why I love you guys too, because you're so aligned with how I view things and feel. So we fit right in. It was great. And it's just one of those things where it's like, why are you trying to, why can't we get together and talk about how cool this is, rather than you telling me that I'm a hipster, or oh, you don't know this thing, so you obviously aren't cool enough, or whatever it might be.
And that's so true. And it's like, and I get people compartmentalize, and I get, we are complicated creatures that have very mixed emotions, which is why I find it very heart-wrenching. People can't just go, you know what? It's all right that we might be in the same chapter, not the same page, but that's cool. And I'm so happy that you exist. I'm not a lovey-dovey, foofy, tree-hugging person, so please don't think that. But I'm an empathetic person who thinks there's room for everybody at the table, and who I think the competition is created by people. People with their own insecurities, and people with that. And if you have that much insecurity, you probably shouldn't be in the entertainment business to begin with, because it's not the most friendliest, even if you are a convention promoter. It's not.
And more people like that in any arena, whether it be independent film or, again, even like I said, like podcasting or movie space or whatever, like, we don't need you. Go away.
Yeah.
Stop causing problems, or just chill out. Like, it's cool. We can accept you if you just relax and chill out,
1,010%. Like, we don't have to agree to get along.
Sure.
We can simply say, you know what? Thank you for, sharing your opinion. I'm just really happy you exist. Again, I'm not a floofy person, but just people being open is awesome. And allowing the space for people to do that. The only thing we ask at our event is absolutely no politics. You get one warning from me. And if it happens, it keeps happening, you will be gone. And that's with everybody.
I love that.
No politics, no religion, no bullying. It's very, very simple. We just come in as you are, come in who you are, but leave the bullshit at the door. That's not here. But do bring your sense of humor. Bring your cosplay. Bring your sense of adventure and your sense of love for horror and sci-fi and for just people and creativity. Bring your sense of self. And you know what? If you're the type of person, and I want to put this out there, that's like, oh man, what if it gets really loud? What if it's this? There are places you can take a break, to take a breather. I understand that social anxiety is real. I understand that people can love this and want to be there, but not be happy with crowds. Totally get it. There are places where you can go to decompress. For anybody that is a caregiver of anybody with a developmental disability or a mental health disability or co-occurring disorder, come, because there are, our staff is trained. We want to make this available and approachable for everybody. If you need extra stuff, you can always message me on Facebook, and we can figure out a way for you to come and still enjoy what we're doing.
Absolutely. And that's fantastic. I absolutely love that. So tell me a little bit about what's coming up for the show.
Oh my gosh. So first of all, I'm also really, really excited. I just want to say, because we are community driven, we have a charity coming, Be the One Ride, which is for suicide prevention and awareness, not just for veterans and military, but the whole community. They'll be raising money. And then one of my coworkers is raising money for her daughter to go to dance competition. So she'll be there raising money. She'll be putting tinsel in her hair. So we're all about community. We want everybody to reach their dreams, and we also want everybody to be super, super safe and just know that you all matter. So we're community driven that way. But also, I'm so excited. So like I said, we had David back in 2022. And actually, David was on mine and my best friend's podcast back in 2020.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is awesome until you watch it. It's painful. It's a little painful. The only thing I'm going to brag about is we told him, we're like, you are going to be huge. He's like, oh, do you really think so? We're like, dude, you're going to blow up. And now I can't wait to be like, I told you so. But we were Midnight Beauty's podcast, and we redid the makeup as we were talking to him. Melissa's came out pretty awesome. Mine was atrocious. And not only was mine atrocious, but my face was raw for 2 weeks. I can't do makeup. It was really, really bad.
Are you allergic to it, you think?
You know what? I never used to be, because I was in drama club. But I think, fun fact, women, as we get older, your skin will change. It's wonderful. It's fabulous. One day you'll be able to wear shit and one day you won't. It's just, great.
My wife can attest to that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you're like normal. What the F? I'm like, why? So just so you know. But yeah, it was great. But he was wonderful. We had him in 2022. He's coming back, and we can't be more excited to have him. We've got Samantha Scafidi, who is Victoria Hayes. We've never had her before, so she'll be at the first time here. Emily McLean. I think this will be the first time around this area. So that'll be cool. She is the little pale girl. And of course, we've got CJ coming back because he's just our big papa. He's our big papa. We've got Thomas McLaughlin, who, by the way, is so freaking sweet. I can't wait to meet him. And then, of course, we have Tom Matthews, who is the final guy of Friday the 13th, Part 6. And he was in Return of the Living Dead. So he was in there with, of course, Linnea Quigley, who we had a couple years ago. And then, of course, we have Darcy DeMoss. She is so sweet. I've been communicating with her, too. She was the unfortunate Lisa who got her head smashed into the Winnebago by CJ. By the way, CJ thinks he's funny. He's not as funny as he thinks.
He's got those good dad jokes, though. He's good.
Do you want to hear a quick story about our first encounter with CJ?
Would love it. Would love to hear it.
So the first year he came was in 2022. As you know, flights are a freaking nightmare. So I'm preempting this because I was really nervous for him to come because we had a little issue with his flight. And I was worried he wasn't going to get on. And I'm like, God, please tell me. Because he's so nice and so sweet. I'm like, I don't want to make this man not get on the plane. And so I'm like so nervous. So that Thursday night of the event, he gets on the plane. I'm so grateful. But I was planning, mind you, on taking him back to the airport on Sunday. I was looking really forward to it. But our event manager, Rich, is the one who picked him up. So he comes back with Rich, and Rich goes, so I have bad news for you. I'm like, what? I'm thinking, oh God, what did CJ say? What's happening? He goes, CJ wants me to take him to the airport on Sunday. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, we've got a bromance. And I'm like, this will be addressed.
Uh-oh.
But I do get to that, but before I get to that, he comes in and before I could say anything, he's like, what you doing? Hey, what's going on? And my best friend had called and she's trying to look for water for, at that time for Bob, David's agent. Cause that was the same year we had David. And so, I'm on the phone with her and I'm trying to explain to her and he's interrupting me. He's like, who are you on the phone with? I'm like, Melissa. He's like, give me that. And he takes the phone. I'm like, okay. He's like, what you wearing? Sexy. I'm like, oh, great. I was like, goodness gracious. She's like, I'm wearing a shirt. He's like, well, what does it look like? How does it fit? Like, he's talking all these questions. I'm like, oh my God, what? She's like, are you hitting on me? He's like, you know it, baby. I'm like, so she hands me back the phone. I'm like, that's CJ. She's like, he sounds hot. I'm like, yeah, he's something. So she's like, was he hitting on me? I'm like, I don't think he was hitting on you. I think he was toying with you.
It was a goof.
I'm like, he was toying with you. So, but then the next morning, I'm still fuming. I'm like, I want to take him back to the airport on Sunday. This is bullshit. Like, I am the promoter. Like, I get to do this. So he comes down that morning and he's like, good morning, beautiful. I'm like, oh no, don't good morning, beautiful me.
Don't you sweet talk me.
That's right. I'm like, don't you dare. I'm like, I want to take you back to the airport on Sunday. Like, that was going to be our moment. I said, I'm not talking to you for the rest of the day until I need something from you, which will be later because I'm going to need you to sign my leg. And he's like, he gets so close. He's like, I'll tell you what, baby. He's like, when I go to sign your leg, I'll throw your leg up against my shoulder and I'll sign your leg so good you'll never forget. And I'm like, forgiven. Okay.
All's well that ends well, right?
All's forgiven. You just, okay.
That's so funny.
And he did sign my leg. I mean, he didn't throw my leg up on him, but he did sign my leg. And I had to say it, but yeah, he's something else. Oh my goodness. He's so funny. And then, and whoever meets him, like, he takes his time. And the nice thing about all of our guests is they really do take their time. The ones we're bringing in this year really, really do take their time. Like Lloyd Kaufman. So he gives away free pictures and autographs. You just pay for his merch.
Sure. Yeah.
And he's the king of trauma. Like, he's amazing.
Such a sweetheart.
Such a sweetheart. Melanie Kinnaman, who played Pam in Friday the 13th Part 5, she'll be there. And Dick, and I always mess up his name, but Dick Wyan, who played Roy, which I made him laugh because I used to work direct care. So Friday the 13th Part 5 absolutely drives me crazy. Because I'm just like, wait a second. You wanted nothing to do with your child, but yet he's killed. And then you don't even take it out on the kid who did it, but now it becomes the town's problem? Like, don't be mad at everybody else because you're a bad parent. Like, that is not everybody else's problem. So I told him that. He goes, we'll have a conversation. I promise. I have a theory to share with you. I'm like, oh boy.
I'm looking forward to hearing that. You gotta catch me up on that after he tells you.
Well, absolutely. He might be even there for it. Might be at the VIP party. But
that'd be great. That'd be a lot of fun.
Wouldn't it? But he's so sweet. And then, of course, we have Jason Brooks, who was with us in 2023. He's so awesome. He is the creator of and the makeup person for Friday the 13th Vengeance and Roseblood. Naomi Miller, who is another upcoming FX artist, will be there too with him. They've also got Dice coming out, and they just had Death of Snow White come out. And then, of course, we've got Christopher de Cesare, the Ghost Boy of Geneseo. He is on Netflix. The True Haunting. He's so awesome. We've actually known him for quite a few years when all of this broke, and he's such, like, how he tells the story is awesome. He'll be having a panel. And then, of course, we got Movie Dumpster coming. They'll be coming.
Guilty. We're gonna be there.
I heard it's pretty cool. We've got Grimm's from Grimm's Horror Show coming. Of course, we love Grimm, and Cecil from Good Bad Flicks, and then Tony Attack the Movies. He'll be there as well. And I mean, we've got Nevermore Tattoo and Collective. We've got food trucks. We got Elm Street Taco. I mean,
they're so good too.
We have oldies and goodies like kettle corn and soft pretzels coming. We got Delilicious coming. La La Lemonade. I mean, we're going to be doing a huge movie premiere of Batman versus Michael Myers Halloween night.
No way. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So on Friday, that'll happen on Friday. And then you guys on Saturday are going to be doing the movie riff with Grimm and Cecil and Tony. That'll be so exciting.
Really looking forward to that. We're going to have a really good time.
I'm looking forward to having you guys be part of that. It'll be awesome. And then, of course, we have our Art the Clown and Jason huge picture, which people can do that for free. If they want to get into the event, they do have to pay. And you can be any version of Jason or Art that you want, as long as we can look at you and say, okay, you're Jason, you're Art. If you are a parent and your child under the age of 18 wants to do the picture, you, my friend, are going to have to suck it up and dress up because no child can be unattended in the picture. Just a heads up. Again, it's free to do that. The registration for that will be from noon to 4 on Saturday the 15th. And then line up for that will be at 4:30. And then we'll march out for the picture at 4:45. The same time, there will be the cosplay contest, adults and children with prizes. And then the movie riff as well, which I'm so excited about. We're going to have Terrifier panels, Friday the 13th panels, Trauma panel, the Paranormal panel, Christopher de Cesare's panel, a couple of movie screenings, and the podcasters panel and the creators panel. So we have so much going on. So if you don't want to shop the vendors, you can go outside and have something to eat or drink, or you can just go chill outside. If you don't want to get an autograph or you got all your autographs, you can shop the vendors. If you there's panels to do, there's something for everybody, and it's kid friendly. That's why we also ask for the cosplay, like, be respectful, nothing politically or offensive. Make sure your parts are covered appropriately. I have no judgment. We just have to make sure that we're looking out for everybody.
Sure, absolutely.
But yeah. So I'm just so excited, and I mean, all of our guests are awesome. We have lots of returning vendors who do amazing things. Sweeney Todd is coming back, who cuts hair.
Does he have meat pies too?
He does sell pies.
We got to get one. I think I'm good on the haircut, but I'm gonna try to get a pie though.
He's been with us since our very second year, actually, 2018. So every year, and he's a big draw. He does a great job cutting hair. Sweeney Todd, and his wife comes dressed as Helena's character. There's something for everybody, and that's what I absolutely love. So yeah. I'm so excited.
It's killer. I mean, that lineup is amazing. All the different events and stuff that you have going on within the event itself there's so much to do, so much to see, so much to take in and enjoy. I can't wait. I'm so psyched. And if you haven't been to Sci-Fi Horror Fest, you got to get down there. Hopefully you come down to this one and say hello to everybody. I mean, there's a huge lineup of guests. We just talked about them all. Plus, of course, Movie Dumpster's going to be there. You're watching on the Movie Dumpster channel. We will be there. Come hang out with us too. But yeah, so that's coming up. And do you have plans yet for the next one? Are you cooking on something else yet? Or do you guys kind of like wait until after this one's done and then start planning again?
We're always planning. We're planning now for next year. We have some things in the works. Next year, I'm going to say we have some things in the works.
Yeah, don't spoil nothing, but you got some good stuff?
I think so. We're excited, and it's, all I can say is it's exciting because I never, ever, ever thought we would be able to progress the way we've been progressing. So it's just everything that's coming down the pike is just really exciting. And we can't wait to share it with everybody. And we hope everybody will be as excited about it with us as we are as excited to bring it to everybody. That's
so fantastic. And I'm so proud of you guys. And I think that it's amazing. And you guys should feel so good that you're doing something so great for everybody.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And we couldn't do it without your guys' support. We couldn't. If you guys didn't show up for us, like you showing up for us allows us to show up back for you. So thank you, everybody, from you guys to our volunteers, to the people who buy tickets and vendor tables, to Vernon, who bends over backwards for us, Brandy and the whole staff. And literally it takes a village, and we couldn't be us if you guys didn't support us how you do. So everybody, thank you so much. It means the world.
So, well, where can everybody get tickets? If somebody's watching this right now, where can they go to get tickets and get to the show?
So they can go to www.sci-fi-horrorfest.com to get tickets online. Please do not believe scammers. Don't get on there and be like, oh, I have my tickets, I can't. They're non-transferable. So they have to get the tickets to the door. You don't get a printout of your ticket until you get to the door. And we will be selling tickets at the door, cash only. But please know that we don't go through any third-party sellers. It's through the website. It's always through the website. If you have any doubt, please just message us either through the website or on our Facebook at sci-fi-horrorfest.com. I would rather you guys ask us questions before you do something unsafe, because we don't give refunds. Whether you buy tickets or tables, we don't give refunds. So we would hate for you to even do something we can't fix. Always ask us questions. So it's www.sci-fi-horrorfest.com, or you can pay cash at the door. Sci-Fi Horror Fest, August 14th and 15th at Vernon Downs Hotel and Casino. We have awesome media content creators. We have amazing celebrity guests. I believe the hotels are sold out. VIP is sold out, but we still have day and weekend passes available. Again, if you belong to a house that works with individuals with developmental disabilities, reach out to us via Facebook. We would love to work with you to see how we can make this available for you and your residents. And yeah, just come on out. Wear your costumes. Bring your flavor. You belong. We can't wait to see you. If you see myself, and I think I can speak for Melissa and for Denny, if you see us on the floor, stop us for a hi, a selfie, a hug. We are excited to see you just as much as you're excited to be there. Hopefully it's excited to be there. And we're all family. We want to see you guys. We want to know who's there and just engage with you and interact with you. That's what we're there for. You're going to see us on the floor, so don't be afraid to stop us.
That's so amazing, and we can't wait. And if you haven't got your tickets now, go grab them, and we'll see you there. Tiffany, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out and telling us all about Sci-Fi Horror Fest. And we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we can get some more people to come out and enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We can't wait to have you there. You're one of the best parts. And thank you, everybody, for everything, and we hope to see everybody there. Thank you so much.
And don't forget, this year's Sci-Fi Horror Fest will be on August 14th and 15th at the Vernon Downs Casino in Vernon, New York, featuring a 40th anniversary reunion of Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, a Terrifier franchise reunion, and a bunch of other great guests, including us, the Dumpster Boys. So grab your tickets now from sci-fi-horrorfest.com. We'll see you there.